Hi everyone. Today we are going to do the first chapter of class 9, which is motion. So this chapter we will do for board as well as NTSC and Olympiad also. So let's overview the chapter. If you will see in this chapter, basically we will see many things in this chapter, but some things in this lecture, whatever we will see, so that we are going to see first. If you will see the lecture overview, first we are going to learn what is basic of motion, that is the reference point we will see. Though this point is not there in this chapter, but still we are going to see because it is going to help for the fundamental of this chapter. Second topic in this chapter, if you will see, that is motion in a straight line. That we can say motion in one dimension also. As we learn more maths, then we'll see what is one dimension, two dimension, three dimension. So it's completely dependent upon maths only. So third things, if you'll see, what is displacement, distance, displacement, and related numericals with distance and displacement. So let's see. First is what basic of motion. Basic of motion means reference point. Now the problem comes is what basic of motions we are going to learn. So in this topic, before that, if you will see, before learning basics of motion, let's learn one more thing is what factors describing motion. So we will learn later, like next topic will be what is motion. So before describing, before that, what describes motion, that is also important. So the first thing is going to see in basics of describing, which describes motion is position, time, distance, displacement, speed, velocity, and acceleration. Let's repeat once more. What is there? What are the things which describes motion is what? Position, time, distance, displacement, speed, velocity, acceleration. If you see, position is represented by x, and time is represented by small t, and distance is represented by capital D, displacement is represented by capital S, small s, sorry, and speed is represented by what? Capital S. And then we can say velocity is represented by capital V, and then what? Acceleration is what? A. So these are the things we are going to see. First we are going to define what is position. Now suppose if you are in a number system, suppose 1 kilometer is the total distance, let's take 10 centimeter, if somebody is here in between, so we can say this side is positive. Let's consider this side is positive, this side is negative. So we can say if you are considering positive and negative, and this is the center of the point of this line, so we can say if you are in 1, suppose this is 0, this is plus 1. So you are here 1. So positive minus 1 this side. So ultimately that is position. So position we can say minus 1 plus 1. Ultimately you are defining from where? From 0 minus 1, from 0 plus 1. So that is what we can say position. Okay. Apart from that, what we are going to see now is location of object, and then what? Reference point. Why we are learning this topic is really important. Let's see. Location of a point. So it's a fixed point considered in line surface so that the motion can be described easily by locating the position of the object. Locating the, suppose somebody will ask you what is your address. So you will say, let's say your home is in Sholingalur. So you will say first Chennai, Sholingalur, and then what? You will say nearby, let's take a medical shop, any Apollo medical shop is there. So left side of Apollo medical shop, there is an apartment. Let's take XYZ apartment name is there. On third floor, 103. So that is the perfect, we can say, position. Somebody will say left side of the one apartment, big apartment is the left side of that. So that is also kind of position, but that is not the exact position, but still we can say there is position. So that is what is position. Reference point also we can say from where. Fine. One more thing, if by example we can see here is what? Suppose a playground is there. First is Rohan, like 1 in 1 meter, 1 kilometer. Rohan is there. Another 2 kilometer is Karthik is there. Third is 3 kilometer. Navneesh is there. So Rohan is 1 kilometer away from the playground in right side. But Karthik is 2 kilometer away from the playground, 2 kilometer. Navneesh is 3 kilometer away from the playground towards left. So, and from home, if you will see, we can say left side. Rohan is, we can say 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 kilometer left side Rohan from home. So that is what defines reference position. Okay, so we learned here is what is reference position. Fine. So now we are going to see difference between rest and motion. Now this topic is like really tough to define, but still tough to define in the sense is what you'll get confused here. Why we'll get confused? Let's see. First, we'll see what is motion properly. Now somebody will say you 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 and your father is in train and your mom is observing from outside. So what will happen now when you will see that you and your father is sitting inside the train on your respective seat? It's like this: your father, your mom, and the train is moving towards like forward direction with 50 kilometer per hour. Fine, and your mom is outside; she is observing you guys. So the problem will come here is what your mom will say that along with the train, you guys are also in motion, but you guys are sitting on the. Then you will say how it is possible? We are at rest. It is we are not in motion. So your mom is saying you are in motion, but you guys are saying no, we are not in motion. We are at rest. Tough to define. So in this whole universe, now let's see. Suppose this pen. Somebody will say this pen is there. Somebody will say what? This is at rest. Somebody will say this is in motion. Both are correct. Let's see how. Suppose this pen. If somebody will see, we know that Earth always rotate, right? It moves. It is in motion. If it is in motion, then we can say this is also in motion. This is not at rest. Okay. So now somebody yes, with respect to me, this pen is at rest. Correct. And somebody will say with respect to the Earth, it is what? In motion. So we can say now let's see one more example. Your friend is there, he is doing jogging. So one teacher is there, one teacher call him. So he is not listening. Then you will go also and then you will follow him. You will also run with the same speed so that you can convey your message. Now what will happen when you will run with the same speed and your friend is also running, you are also running, then you both are running, let's take 10 kilometer with 5 kilometer per hour. Then what will happen if you both are moving forward direction with 5 kilometer per hour? It means you both can interchange your message easily. Then what we can say, you both guys came into what? Again, you cannot define it. Whether you are at rest, you are in motion, again you cannot define. With respect to whom? So that is what, whenever rest and motion comes, then you are supposed to define with respect to whom. That is what the main thing here. Fine. So whenever if you one thing is what position is changing always, and then time. So suppose now it is 1 second, 2 seconds. Time keeps on changing. Time will keep on changing. So what? Whenever now the problem comes, you guys get confused that how we will define motion properly. So now what we can do here is, let's not get confused. Easily, if you want to define motion, then define with respect to time. With respect to time, if any object is not moving, it is at rest. If any object is not moving with respect to time, it is at rest. It is at rest. Now this object, is it moving with respect to time? No. So we can say it is at rest. Now see, this object with respect to time, it is moving? Yes. So it is in motion. Second definition, you can say that whenever you will define, so one definition for your class 9 is what? Whenever the object with respect to time, if it is moving, then it is at what? Motion. If the object is not moving with respect to time, then it is at rest. Fine. Another definition we can say, whenever, let's take an example that will be better. So what we can say, rest, position does not change with respect to time. With time, then it is at rest. Motion is what? Position change with respect to what? With respect to time. So we can say it is in motion. Fine. Example, if you see trees, homes and all, is at what? Rest with respect to time. After 50 years also, if you see, all the trees, homes will be at the same point. So we can say it is at rest with respect to time. It is not moving. Fine. This object, we are pulling this like this. So we can say if you will pull, then of course with respect to time, its position is changing. Position change, we can say it is in motion. Let's see, another way to define motion is what? Suppose you, as I gave initially, this is moving. Let's take with 50 kilometer. It is in motion with this moving with some velocity. and one person is observing from outside. And you guys are sitting inside the train in your respective seat. Okay, so you can say here two systems are there. Let's see what is the meaning of system. So we can say one system is the train, and another system we can say here, let's change the color. Yes. So with respect to the man, this man is also inside. So system 1, the red color one, and system 2. With respect to system 1, the train is in motion. That like both the mans are at rest and the train is in motion. So we can say it is at rest. The mans are both of them are at rest. A and B are at rest. But with respect to the man who is observing from outside, we will say what? No. Both are moving with respect to what? With respect to him. So we can say motion can be defined in another way is what? Movement of an object with respect to surrounding is known as motion. So what is motion? Movement of an object with respect to surrounding is known as what? Motion. Now let's see the next topic in this is what? Physical quantities. We'll see little about what? Physical quantities. Physical quantities, if you'll see, then there are two types of physical quantities. One is a scalar quantity and another one is what? Vector quantity. Let's see what is what is scalar, what is vector. So if you see, scalar is what? The physical quantity which is having only magnitude. Suppose somebody will say 5 kg. Kg is here obviously the unit, and then 5 is what? The 5 is the magnitude. Fine. 5. So how much kg? 5 kg. Unit is what here? Kg. Fine. So 5 kg. Somebody will say 5 meter length towards north. Okay, now two things are there. 5 kg, 5 meter towards north. Somebody will say 5 meter upward direction. Somebody will say 5 meter downward direction. 5 kg, 5 degrees Celsius. 5 degrees Celsius doesn't matter at all. How, where, which side? No direction. But 5 meter in which direction? Left, upward, downward. That is the having direction. So any physical quantity which is having magnitude as well as direction is what? Vector quantity. What is, guys? How we can define any physical quantity which is having magnitude as well as direction is known as what? Vector quantity. Any physical quantity which is having only magnitude is what? Scalar quantity. Let's define again what is scalar. Scalar is the physical quantity which is having only magnitude. 5 kg of apple. Fine. No direction. 5 degrees Celsius. No direction. So we can say that is what? 5 joule of energy. In which direction? Joule energy, there is no direction. So we can say what? These are scalar quantities. Fine. Next what we learn? 5 meter in north direction. Of course 5 meter magnitude, and then what? North direction. Of course it is a vector quantity. So the quantity which is having only magnitude is what? Scalar quantity. The quantity which is having magnitude as well as direction is what? Vector quantity. Fine. So that definition we can write. Let's take few examples. If you'll see, first is what? Distance, we can say, is the first example of scalar quantity. Now we can say what? Distance. Speed, we can say, is what? The second example. Many examples are there that we'll learn later because we are not familiar of the all examples. So let's see. Now force is a vector quantity. Displacement is a vector quantity. Displacement. And then what? Velocity is a vector quantity. And then what? Acceleration is a vector quantity. So these are the quantities which is, these are what? Vector quantities. So let's see now. So we understood what is scalar. What is having magnitude only is scalar. Having magnitude as well as direction is vector quantity. Fine. Now we are going to do what is distance and displacement. Let's see. Really beautiful topic. We'll learn properly. What is distance and displacement? Distance and displacement. Distance is what? Let's see. We'll define distance. Distance is, we can say, total distance covered by an object. Total path length covered by an object is known as distance. What is the meaning of path length? Let's see. Suppose this book is there. So this book, if you will see, an object starts from here, it is coming from here to here, again it came here, and then it came here, and then it came here. So we can say this is the total path length covered by this object to come till here is known as what? Distance. Now displacement is what? We'll see later. So what is distance? Total path length covered by an object is known as what? Distance. What is distance? Total path length covered by an object is what? Distance. Let's see. With few examples we will see. We can say what we drawn here like a rectangle. Okay. So now A, B, C and D. 1 meter. Let's take this as a square. 1 meter, 1 meter. 1 meter. So a particle starts from here and then came here and then come here and then came back here. So we can say what is the distance here? Distance is total path length covered by an object. 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1. So that is going to be what? 4 meter. So distance is what? 4 meter. Unit of distance now we are going to do. What we are going to do? What is the unit? How will distance unit or displacement unit is what? Same. That is unit is meters. SI unit is what? Meters. It can be centimeter also. It can be what? Millimeter also. It can be kilometer also. But unit, SI unit is what? Meters here. So what is distance, guys? Distance is total path length covered by an object is known as what? Distance. Fine. So here it is what? 4 meter. Let's see. Suppose a circle is there. Okay, we'll see that numericals later. So total path length covered by an object is what? Distance. I'm writing here. Total path length covered by an object is known as distance. Total path length covered by an object is known as what? Distance. Displacement we'll see later. So unit is what? Meter. Unit is meter. Okay. It is a scalar quantity, right? We learned before also. It is what? Scalar. Fine. Okay. So that is about distance. Now we are going to see another part. That is what? Displacement. Displacement, if you guys will see, then we can say what? Sorry. Denoted by small s. So displacement, if you will see, shortest path length covered by an object is known as what? Displacement. Shortest path length covered by an object is displacement. Again I am repeating, shortest path length covered by an object is known as what? Displacement. Or we can say what? Shortest distance between initial position and final position. What is that? Shortest position, shortest path, like the distance between, shortest distance between the initial position and final position is displacement. Let's see like this. Suppose a particle from here to here it is coming, from here to here it is coming. Fine, like this. So distance is what? 2 meter. But displacement will be what, guys? Shortest distance, like what is the shortest distance between what? Initial position and final position. This will be the shortest. This will be the shortest. See, diagonal of this. Diagonal of the square is going to be what? The displacement of the object. So displacement is the shortest distance between initial position and final position is known as what? Displacement. Fine. So now we can say displacement is going to be shortest distance. Shortest distance between initial and final point is displacement. Unit again is meter. Meters only, right? That we learned. Obviously it is a vector quantity because direction is specified from initial to final. From initial to final. So direction is specified. So we can say final. It is a vector quantity. Very good. So we learned what is displacement. Let's do few numericals on this distance and displacement. Now it is clear. We can see what is distance as well as what displacement. So distance we have seen is what shortest distance between initial position and final position is known as what displacement, and distance is what total path length covered by an object is distance. Let's do few numericals on this distance and displacement, so it will be easy for us. Let's take, suppose a particle is running in a semicircular path. A particle is, let's not in a semicircular path. A particle is running in this line which is of, let's take now this is 0 here, this is here 0, and then this is 1 kilometer, and this is 2 kilometer, this is 3 kilometer, this is again 1 kilometer, and this is what 2 kilometer. A particle starts from here, let's take starting from here, and then it covers a distance from here to here, from here to here, and then it goes till here. So they are asking what is the distance and displacement. What is the distance and displacement? See now if you see, distance is what? Distance is total path length covered by an object. So we can say this distance plus this distance. So 0, 1, 2, and then 1, 2, and 3. So we can say when it is going 1 till 2 it is going, and then it is coming back 1, 2, and 3. So we can say plus 3. So we can say 5 kilometer is the distance. Total path length covered by an object is what? Distance. Displacement, if you will see, the shortest distance between the initial position and final position. So we can say directly, we can say this is going to be what? Displacement. How much is the displacement? In negative direction, that is how much? Displacement. Let's write the magnitude of this. So we can say displacement is going to be minus 1 kilometer. Again, like vector quantity, so I wrote minus 1 kilometer because left direction. This side is positive, this side is negative. Now you guys understood what is distance and what is displacement. Let's see another numerical. Hope so you got it. Distance is total path length covered by an object is known as what? Distance. Displacement, shortest distance between initial position and final position. So this displacement. Let's see now next numerical. Now we can say, let's take a semicircular path, semicircular arc. Wow, perfect. A and A dash, and then what? It is radius R. So the question is what? If a particle is running in a semicircular path of radius R, like if you listen the English of this, then how they will write? If a particle is running in a semicircular path, then find distance and displacement. So let's see now, like this, right? So now if you want to find distance and displacement, then how we'll find? So this is like this, right? So if you want to find this, then how we'll find? Total path length covered by an object. Total path length covered by an object. Total path length covered by an object is what? Distance. So total path length covered by an object. Now we can see circumference of a semicircle. What is the circumference of a semicircle? Semicircle is what? 2 pi r. Circumference of a circle is 2 pi r. Half circle is what? Divide by 2. So pi r. So we can say semicircle is pi r only. So we can say distance is going to be pi r. Okay, let's take displacement. Displacement, if you guys will see, shortest distance between initial and final. So distance between A to A dash. So A to A dash is going to be what? The diameter, radius, and this radius. Shortest distance between initial position. This is initial, this is final. See, this is initial, this is final. The distance between these two is what? The displacement. So we can say 2r is the displacement. Fine. Now we are going to do the next is what here? One more question. A particle is running in a circular path of radius r. Of radius what, guys? R. So as a particle is running in a circular path of radius r, then find distance and displacement. Okay. So if you want to find distance and displacement for this, let's see. A particle is running in a circular path of radius r, then find the distance and displacement. Complete circle. What is the displacement? What is the distance? Distance is total path length covered by an object is known as what? Distance. Again and again I am repeating so that you can remember easily. So what is distance? Distance is total path length covered by an object is what? Distance. Fine. So total path length covered by an object is ultimately I am saying what? What is that? Circumference of a circle. Circumference of a circle is what? 2 pi r. Fine. So we can say, it's easy to say, is what? Distance is 2 pi r. Achha, you should write meter, right? I'm not writing now, but you should. Unit is what? 2 pi. Unit is meters always. Fine. Displacement, if you guys will see now, so anybody, everyone can solve. What is displacement? Shortest distance between initial position and final. Let's consider the particle starts from here. Let's take this star point. From here it starts. Now it comes back to the same point. Okay, it starts from here and then comes back to the same point, right? That is what the circle. Then only it will complete one circle, right? So if it will complete one circle, then we can say if it is going starting from this point and then it is coming back to the same point, then what is the displacement it is going to be? Taking shortest initial and final point is what? Same. Let's take an example. Suppose a particle starts from here, it came to the same point, right? Now you start from here, you came to the same point. If you are coming to the same point, initial is this, final is this, then what is the displacement? Same point, right? So there is no distance covered any up. So we can say what? Displacement is going to be what? 0. Displacement is going to be what? 0. Now let's take next question. A particle is running in a circular path. A particle is running in a circular path of radius r. Of radius again what? R. A particle is running in a circular path of radius r. If it covers 1/4 of a circle, if it covers 1/4 of a circle, then find distance and displacement. Distance and displacement. Okay, what is the question? If a particle is running in a circular path, let's take Usain Bolt is running in a circular path of radius r, then what is the distance and displacement? If he covers 1/4 of a circle, 1/4 he completed and then he got a cramp, so he didn't run. Then what is the distance and displacement? That is what they are asking. Okay, so let's take, this is the 1/4 of a circle. Then let me draw it by. So we can say this is going to be 1/4 of a circle. Fine. 1/4 of a circle, if you will see, then we can say, let's take, suppose this is O, this is A, this is B. Usain Bolt is running in this direction. Fine. If he is running in this direction, now total path length covered by an object is known as distance. Total path length covered by an object is what? Distance. Distance is going to be 1/4 of a circle. We had done semicircle. Semicircle is what? 2 pi r by 2. Full circle is what? 2 pi r. Semicircle is what? 2 pi r by 2. And quarter circle is what? 2 pi r by 4. So distance is going to be 2 pi r by 4 is 2 pi r by 2. Fine. Now displacement, if you guys are going to see, now we can say displacement is going to be what? Now the shortest distance between initial position point and final point. Initial is this, final is this. Okay, so this is going to be what? The displacement. How we'll find this? You guys might have learned Pythagoras theorem, right? So this is r, this is r. Both are what? R. So if you want to find this, so this is hypotenuse. So we can say AB square is going to be r square plus r square. Then we can say AB is the hypotenuse root under of r square plus what? R square. Right, so it is going to be 2r. So we can say 2r square is equal to AB. So now we can say root 2r is the displacement. Fine. So that is what we can find distance and displacement. Let's summarize this. It is going like more time it took to cover this topic yet. So first we had done what is motion, right? But that is what we had done. Reference point. Whenever let's see. Now first we learned what is the reference point. How we'll define reference point, right? Position means ultimately. So if you are giving any address, now if you are in Sholingalur, you are staying and then in some apartment, so you will say first I am staying in Chennai, Sholingalur, and then you will give the pin code, and then you will say that this apartment on 5th floor, house number 103. So that is the exact position. Fine. So after that we learned what is motion, what is rest. So it can be defined by two ways for you guys to understand. Directly we can say what with respect to time. With respect to time, position change. It is what motion. With respect to time, position doesn't change. No motion. It is at rest. Second point, what we learn, and one more way we can define by the train wala example I gave, right? So that train wala example, what I told there, I told with respect to the system, right? I consider train as a system, and outside your mom is there, then that is also, if you consider train and your mom as one system, as only one system, then you can say what? That movement of an object with respect to surrounding. If the object is is in motion with respect to the surrounding, then it is in motion. With respect to the train, if it is of you, both you and your father is moving, then we can say what it is in motion. If you are not, then it is at rest. So that is what we learned for motion. After that, what we learned? We learned that what are the things which defines motion: position, time, then what? Speed, distance, displacement, speed, velocity, acceleration. Even this whole basics of physics we can say from here it starts. And then we can say now, and then next thing we learned what scalar and vector. The scalar is what? The quantity which is having only magnitude. 5 kgs of mango. Fine, it is only having what? 5 kg, only magnitude. If you'll see, next is what? Vector quantity. Vector is what? The 5 kilometer towards north direction, upward direction, downward direction, left direction, right direction. That is what is vector. So the physical quantity which is having magnitude as well as direction is what we can say vector quantity. After that we learn distance and displacement. Total path length covered by an object is distance. Total path length covered by an object is what? Distance. Unit is what? Meter. Unit is what? Again, meter. Yes, our unit is what? Meter. It can be in centimeter. 100 centimeter is equal to 1 meter, and 10 millimeter is equal to 1 centimeter. 1 kilometer, 1000 meter is equal to what? 1 kilometer. So these are the things they can change here. After that we learn what is displacement. Displacement is the shortest distance between initial position and the final position. Shortest distance between initial position and the final position is what? Displacement. Fine. So unit is again what? Unit is meter and it is a vector quantity. That is what we learned. One to numericals we had done. We'll continue next class. Okay. Bye.